Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back if you're new here. Hi, I'm Rhoda. Today I am reviewing, applying, and wear testing this new foundation from Dior Hydra Nude. Let's get this out of the box. And it comes in the typical bottle that Dior foundation comes in, and I picked up the shade 2.5 N because across everything in Dior that I've tried, 2.5 N typically works for me, so I stuck with that. I bought this from the Dior Canada website. I don't see it on Sephora at this point. I checked the US Sephora site. I don't see it on there either, so I think Dior is the only place at this point that you can pick this up. I do want to show you the box it came in though. Look at this beautiful box that this foundation came in. I mean, come on. It is something to see when this arrives at your doorstep. It feels special. It feels special. I just wanted to share that with you. This foundation is $56 US and $77 Canadian. It comes in 18 shades, and here are the claims of this foundation. It claims to leave a natural invisible finish, a medium coverage, provides 48-hour hydration, and has hyaluronic acid in it. I do want to shake this up and pump a little bit on the back of my hand so I can show you the consistency of this foundation. So it's not very runny. I imagined it to be quite runny just based on the name of it, Hydra Nude, but you can see it's starting to run down my hand here. It does say that it's made up of 50% water, so that's why maybe I expected it to be a little bit more runny, but it does feel thin. Even though it's not a runny foundation, it does feel very, very thin. So that's that spread out. Beautiful. I think the shade is perfect. Perfect. As always, when I review a foundation, I only prime one side of my face just to see if priming makes a difference. And today I'm going to be using the Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer, and I'm going to apply it to this side of my face. I already do have concealer on, and I have my eye makeup done, and I have my eyebrows done. I'll show you what I used. On my eyes today, I used the Dior Smoky Essentials palette. Why not? I thought I'd go all Dior today. And I also pulled out my Dior Backstage concealer, and I use shade 2N and 2W. I mix those two up and get a perfect shade for under my eyes. But I could also use just one or the other and still be able to make it work. But if you were just curious about the shade, that's what I did today, mix the both. Okay, so this side is primed, but I'm gonna do half of my face just so that you can see the difference before I go on and apply it to the rest of the face. So I'm gonna let the primer kind of settle down a little bit. So I'm just gonna start on this side. I have one pump on the back of my hand, BK Beauty 101 brush, and start applying. It feels a little bit cooling. It has like a very light, almost fresh scent. So it does have a scent, but it's not an overpowering scent. It actually smells really, really nice, but I have to get really, really close to my hand to pick it up. So I didn't pick any fragrance up right away when I started applying this. Okay, so I want to see if I can stretch it and do this entire side of my face. But I feel like I might need another pump, but it does stretch. It does stretch. I wonder what this would be like if I applied it with my fingers. It doesn't even look like I have anything on my face, although it is doing a very nice job of evening my skin tone. Is it a medium coverage? Because I do have a little bit of redness here today. I'm going to try and build that up a little bit and see. Yeah, I would say this is it's a medium coverage, but not like a full medium coverage. I'd say light to medium coverage from what I'm seeing right now. And this is the non-primed side. I still have that sort of cooling feeling on my skin. It's not uncomfortable. It's just almost like I feel like it's now evaporating and setting itself almost. That's how I can describe it. But It's so, it's so very, very natural looking, extremely natural looking. And like I said, has done a nice job of evening out my skin. All right, so this is what I look like one side of my face with the foundation not primed, okay? And then this is just primed and nothing else. I do want to apply to this side of the face with my fingers. Not everyone likes doing that, and I typically do not, but I'm having the urge to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just want to see. I want to see what the difference might be if I applied it with my fingers. This is the primed side. And I'm noticing right away, that I'm getting a lot more coverage, immediately a lot more coverage on this side using my finger. I feel like this foundation might easily be absorbed into a brush, especially a sponge. I don't think I would dare use a sponge with this one. I think all of your product would disappear. I should try that. I don't have three sides to my face. Next time I use this, I am going to try a sponge just so that I can see the difference. But definitely, I mean, it looks just fine. It looks just fine applied with a brush, but if you apply with your fingers, you will get more coverage off the bat. And again, looks so skin-like. I'm going to use the brush just to bring it down my neck a little bit. Now, I should mention, I don't think I mentioned off the top, I have normal skin, sometimes dry and sometimes oily, but not always. If I do get oily, it will be in the T-zone, but it happens sometimes. Same thing with dryness. I might get a dry patch here and there. It really, really depends. So it's not consistently combo. So I do have normal skin for the most part. So keep that in mind. However, for being a hydrating foundation, I don't think this would give an oily skin type a problem. I can just tell this right off the bat. I feel like it's setting itself. So the cooling sensation that I was feeling on this side of my face is now completely gone. There is a little bit of a tackiness still, a little bit of a tackiness, but not a stickiness. There is a veil of healthiness to my face, but it's not like a luminous glow, but it's not matte either. It's very, very natural. I like this off the bat, right? Let's see, because you never know what happens throughout the day. Make sure I have everything okay around my nose. It has done a really good job of covering my spots and some hyperpigmentation on this side of my face where it's a little bit worse than on this side of my face. I am getting an even skin tone. I do see some imperfections peeking through, okay? But I expect that from a medium coverage foundation. I also applied with my finger on this side, so immediately got a lot more coverage, and I did not have to build it up at all. Whereas on this side, I did have to build it up a little bit in this area where I need a little bit more coverage. Most important thing, is it sticky? Is it sticky? Still feel like a slight tack, a slight, but nothing crazy and nothing that's bothering me. Now, should I powder? Usually I do powder one side of my face. And usually I'll keep it to the primed side. Let's do that. Let me powder one side of my face just so I can see if it makes a difference at all. I'm going to use the Tarte Creaseless, and this is the shade Yellow. Just a light dusting on this side, the primed side. If we're testing this out, we may as well test it in all different scenarios. All right, this is what we're looking like. This is the primed and powdered side. This is the nothing side. It's again, still just a slight amount of tack. And this side, of course, is now silky smooth with that gorgeous powder. I'm going to try to take this wear test as long as I can. Oh, also, I'm not going to add any bronzer. I'm not going to add any blush. I want to leave it as is. I really want to just get a really good idea without anything else on top, without anything else affecting it, what this foundation can do for us. The next thing I want to show you, since we're here, I did pick up the new Makeup by Mario SuperShine glosses. I picked up 3 shades. They look so juicy and beautiful in the bottle, and I thought I'd show them to you today. Oh, why not? I mean, we're already here. This one here is called Sunlit, the doe foot. It's kind of flat on top. Let's swatch Sunlit. When I first apply these, because I have tried them, I get a lot, not a lot of pigment, but I get some pigment, right? And then after a little while, it kind of disappears and you do have nice shiny lips, but the pigment kind of disappears. But let's see. So this one is called Perfect Pink. There's Perfect Pink right there. They do have a nice high shine to them. And this one is called Watermelon. So there we have watermelon. So Sunlit, Perfect Pink, and watermelon. So let's get these on. This one is Sunlit. I'm going to start with the lightest and move on to the darkest. Not that it really is going to matter. They're not sticky. So that's one pass, right? But I've dipped in twice. And now if I want a really high shine and to bring out that pigment a little bit more, I have to kind of dab it all along my lips so that can shine through. You're not going to get a lot of pigment out of these. Now, are they long lasting? They're as long lasting as a lip gloss can be. They're not the longest lasting, but they don't disappear right away. The only thing that kind of disappears is the pigment, as I mentioned. But your lips still remain feeling hydrated and you still have some shine to your lips. So that's what I will say about my experience with these so far. I'm not wearing any lip liner or anything like that. I want you to see what they look like without anything affecting them. I keep dipping in. So it's not like you're going to cover your entire lip just with one pump there or one dip into the gloss. For some reason, this doe foot kind of doesn't hang on to too much of the product. It looks really nice. I mean, and it feels really nice. It's a lip gloss. Now let's get watermelon on these lips. All right, so this one, it's darker, right? It's the darkest of the 3. So I am getting a little bit more pigment off the top. However, like I said, it won't last forever, but it's a comfortable lip gloss. It doesn't goop up. It does not goop up, which is uber important. And so that's it. So this is watermelon. They're nice lip glosses. I don't not like them. But if you're expecting some major pigment, you're not going to get that. You're not. Okay, I'm going to go about my day and I will be checking in. It has been 5 hours since I applied this beautiful foundation. And this is what I can tell you. It looks exactly like it did when I first applied it. The side that is not primed or powdered has completely dried down. It is not sticky at all. So points there. I look fresh. I look natural. I do not feel like I have anything on my face. It does not look like I have any makeup on. It's so beautiful. And although this is a hydrating foundation, it is not glowy or sticky, as I mentioned. So this is the primed and powdered side, and this is the non-powdered, non-primed side. In the pore area right here, I'm noticing like a little bit of something coming through here, but nothing of concern at all. I just look fresh. I look fresh and I look good, and my skin looks healthy and beautiful. So I will check in again. It'll probably be my final check-in. I'm gonna try to take it to 10 hours if I can. I really would rather do my final check-in in natural light. So depending on when the sun goes down, I'll see how far I can take this. The sun seems to be setting later and later as the days go on. So hopefully I can squeeze in at least, yeah, I'll be able to squeeze in 8 hours for sure. And I will see you like now. We have made it to an 8 hour check-in, and I'm in the mirror from hell over here. I really like, I can't believe my eyes, really. That's why I'm in the 10 times mirror, trying to detect something that I can say about this foundation. It looks good. It looks really, really good. I do have a little bit of fading on my chin because I do this. I do this a lot, a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. It's just like habit, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. And so, I usually will get fading here just for that reason. But this has worn beautifully all day. The finish is consistent. Everything is consistent from the time I applied it till now. We're 8 hours in. I'm so happy I was able to get to the 8 hour mark before the sun goes down. This is like wearing a second skin, okay? It's so very, very natural. It looks beautiful. Do I see a difference between the primed and powdered side and the non-primed and powdered side? Not really. Like, it hasn't faded at all on the non-primed or the non-powdered side. It still looks beautiful, but I do have to say I prefer this side just a little bit. It just looks a smidge more smooth. That's all. And that's from the powder, I think. I always typically will use a primer, but you can probably forgo it with this one. You don't need a powder because this self sets. You do not need a powder if you do not like wearing powders. You don't need one with this foundation. I prefer the powdered side, and I usually do powder, so I'll probably do that, but just know you really don't need to. This area here that I was seeing kind of maybe some oil coming through at the 5 hour check-in hasn't changed at all. It's exactly the same. So a slight amount of oil coming through over here, which is another reason why I probably would powder, but nothing crazy. Again, I don't get crazy oily though, right? But speaking of oils, I really think this is a foundation that oily skin types can definitely wear to get a natural finish. Honestly, and I've said it throughout the video, it is not glowy, it is not sticky. It is just natural. Natural finish, beautiful. I think every skin type would enjoy this, especially if you're dry because of this hydration that it seems to continuously give to your face. But like, again, but not wet. Listen, okay, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. Of course, this is my first time using this foundation. I will continue to use it throughout the month for sure before my monthly makeup roundups. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be up there. 2025 foundation wise, off to a very, very good start. So those are my thoughts on the new Dior Forever Hydra Nude foundation. Exceptional. Exceptional. I love it. I really, really do. When it comes to the Mario lip glosses, I think I said my piece earlier. You know my thoughts on them. They're a nice gloss, but not a lot of pigment at all. You kind of end up with just a shiny lip, a comfortable lip, a nice lip, but the pigment does fade. I do want to say I really did want to take this wear test to like 10 or even 12 hours. So what I am going to do is pin a comment below and in the description and let you know what this looks like at the 10-hour mark or the 12-hour mark, however long I can take the wear test. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be more of the same, but just in case anything tragic happens, I will let you know. I will definitely follow up. So look for that either in a pinned comment or in the description box. Everything I have on my face today will be in that description box as well, along with links if you choose to use those links. Thank you so much. That supports my channel. If you do not, that's totally fine. They are there for your convenience. I really hope you found this helpful. As always, thank you so very, very much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram if you're not following me over there. And I will see you in the next one really, really soon. Bye.